Gardening enthusiasts are always on the lookout for natural ways to nourish their plants. What if I told you that a treasure trove of nutrients lies right beneath your feet, disguised as pesky weeds? That's right. Those unwanted plants we often pull and discard can be transformed into a potent, nutrient-rich fertilizer known as weed tea. This organic concoction is easy to make and offers a sustainable way to give your garden a healthy boost. Imagine harnessing the power of nature's own fertilizer, brewed from the very weeds that dare to sprout in your backyard. Weed tea is a simple yet effective way to recycle garden waste into a valuable resource. It's like turning lemons into lemonade, except in this case, it's dandelions into dazzling dahlias. This fascinating process involves steeping weeds in water, allowing them to release their stored nutrients. The result is a liquid goldmine of essential elements that your plants will eagerly soak up. So let's delve into the world of weed tea and discover how you can turn those garden nuisances into a boon for your blooms. Before you start brewing your first batch of weed tea, it's crucial to know which weeds are suitable for this process. This step is fundamental because the quality of your weed tea depends heavily on the types of weeds you choose. Not all weeds are created equal, and some can do more harm than good in your garden. While some weeds are packed with nutrients, others can introduce diseases or unwanted pests. The key is to select weeds that are nutrient-rich and free from diseases or harmful chemicals. Healthy green weeds are your best bet, as they are likely to be packed with the nutrients your garden craves. Think of this as a casting call for the starring roles in your weed tea production. Dandelions, nettles, chickweed, and comfrey are all excellent choices, boasting a wealth of beneficial nutrients. These weeds are not just random plants, they are powerhouses of essential minerals and vitamins. Dandelions, for instance, are rich in potassium, while nettles are packed with iron and magnesium. Chickweed is known for its high vitamin C content, and comfrey is a great source of calcium. These weeds are like the A-list celebrities of the plant world, known for their impressive nutrient profiles. Including them in your weed tea can significantly boost the health of your garden soil, providing essential nutrients that promote plant growth. However, just like you wouldn't invite uninvited guests to a party, avoid using weeds that have gone to seed or those that appear diseased. Weeds that have gone to seed can spread unwanted plants throughout your garden, creating more work for you in the long run. And remember, safety first. Always wear gloves and protective clothing when handling weeds to avoid skin irritation or allergic reactions. Some weeds are toxic to humans and pets, so it's essential to do your research and avoid using them altogether. Toxic weeds can cause serious health issues if ingested or even touched, so it's crucial to identify and steer clear of them. Stay away from poison ivy, poison oak, and any other toxic plants, and any other suspicious characters lurking in your yard. If you're unsure about a particular weed, it's best to leave it out of your weed tea. When in doubt, consult a reliable plant identification guide or seek advice from a local gardening expert. It's always best to err on the side of caution. Taking the time to carefully select the right weeds will ensure that your weed tea is both safe and beneficial for your garden. Now that you've assembled your all-star cast of nutrient-rich weeds, it's time to prepare them for their transformation into liquid gold. The first step is to give them a good chop. This helps break down the plant material, making it easier for the nutrients to leach out into the water. Imagine you're a chef, finely chopping vegetables to release their flavors. Similarly, chopping the weeds increases their surface area, allowing them to infuse the water more effectively. You can use pruning shears, a lawnmower, or even a sharp knife for this step. Once your weeds are chopped into smaller pieces, it's time to give them a refreshing bath. Find a large container, like a plastic bucket or trash can, and fill it with water. The ideal ratio is about 4 parts water to 1 part chopped weeds. Now, gently submerge your chopped weeds in the water bath. Give them a good stir to ensure they are fully submerged and ready to release their nutrient-rich goodness. It's like a spa day for your weeds, but instead of cucumbers for their eyes, they get a relaxing soak in cool water. Next, let's talk about the fascinating world of fermentation and how to manage the odors that come with it. With your weeds comfortably soaking in their water bath, it's time to let nature work its magic. This process is essential for breaking down the plant material and releasing valuable nutrients. Cover the container loosely with a lid or a piece of burlap sack, allowing for some airflow while keeping out debris and critters. This step is crucial to ensure that the fermentation process proceeds smoothly without any unwanted contaminants. Now comes the waiting game, the fermentation process. Patience is key here, as the natural breakdown of the plant material takes time. Think of this as the weed tea equivalent of aging fine wine. Just as wine develops its flavors over time, your weed tea will become richer in nutrients as it ferments. Over the next 1 to 3 weeks, the weeds will undergo a fascinating transformation. You'll notice changes in color and texture as the bacteria and microorganisms will break down the plant material, releasing a wealth of nutrients into the water. This nutrient-rich solution will be a powerful addition to your garden. However, like any good fermentation process, this one comes with a slight catch. As the weeds break down, they can release a pungent odor, reminiscent of a barnyard or a compost pile. This is a natural part of the process, but it can be managed. Simple solutions can make a big difference in controlling the odor. Adding a cup of wood ash or a handful of beneficial bacteria from your compost pile can help neutralize the odor. These additions work by balancing the pH and introducing helpful microorganisms that mitigate the smell. You can also try placing the container downwind from your house or masking the smell with fragrant herbs like mint or lavender. These natural deodorizers can make the process more pleasant. Remember, a little patience and odor control go a long way in creating a potent and pleasant-smelling weed tea. After a week or two of patiently waiting and managing the aroma, your weed tea is almost ready for its grand debut in the garden. The fermentation process has been working its magic, breaking down the plant material and releasing essential nutrients into the liquid. This nutrient-rich solution is what will give your plants that extra boost they need to thrive. The next step is to separate the liquid gold from the spent weed solids. This process is crucial because it ensures that the nutrients are easily accessible to your plants without any blockages or residues. Using a fine mesh sieve, cheesecloth, or even an old pillowcase, carefully strain the weed tea into a separate container. Make sure to do this slowly to avoid spilling and to ensure that all the liquid passes through the strainer. This will remove any remaining plant material, leaving you with a clear, nutrient-rich liquid. This liquid is packed with nutrients that your plants will love. The strained weed tea is quite potent, so it's essential to dilute it before applying it to your plants. Undiluted weed tea can be too strong and may harm your plants instead of helping them. A general rule of thumb is to mix 1 part weed tea with 10 parts water. This dilution ensures that the nutrients are spread evenly and are not too concentrated. Think of it as adding a splash of flavor to your plants' drinks, rather than overwhelming them with a concentrated shot. This gentle approach helps the plants absorb the nutrients more effectively. You can store your diluted weed tea in airtight containers in a cool, dark place for up to a few weeks. Proper storage is key to maintaining the potency and effectiveness of the tea. However, it's best to use it fresh for optimal results. Fresh weed tea ensures that the nutrients are at their peak and can provide the maximum benefit to your plants. Now that your weed tea is ready to go, explore the wonders it can do for your garden. From boosting plant growth to improving soil health, weed tea is a versatile and powerful tool for any gardener. So, get ready to see your garden flourish like never before. Happy gardening!